June 18, 1815. The fate of the civilized world is being decided on a muddy, blood-soaked field in Waterloo. While the British Empire holds its collective breath, two of history's greatest generals, Napoleon and Wellington, are locked in a stalemate that will define the next 2 centuries of power. But while the soldiers are fighting for land, one man in London is fighting for the system itself. Nathan Rothschild. Most people think wealth is about having the most money. It's not. It's about having the best architecture for information. While the official British messengers were struggling with muddy roads and slow horses, Nathan was already looking at the result. He didn't just have an opinion, he had a live feed in an era of handwritten letters. He had built an invisible infrastructure that moved faster than the crown. This wasn't luck, this was design. Nathan had spent years building the Rothschild communication network, a private army of express boats, high-speed couriers, and most importantly, thousands of carrier pigeons. In 1815, a horse could travel 60 miles a day if it was pushed to exhaustion. A pigeon could do 60 miles in an hour. By the time the final cannon fire stopped at Waterloo, a Rothschild agent had already secured the result, tied a coded gold cylinder to a bird's leg, and released it into the sky. That bird didn't just carry a message, it carried the keys to the British Treasury. It flew over the English Channel, bypassing the blockades and the bureaucracy, landing in a private loft in London hours, sometimes days, before the official news reached the government. Nathan knew Napoleon had lost before the king did. Nathan entered the London Stock Exchange. The room was a vacuum of panic. Everyone was waiting. If Britain lost, the economy would collapse. If they won, it would soar. Nathan took his usual place by the Rothschild pillar. He didn't look happy. He began to sell. He dumped British consols, government bonds, with an aggressive, calculated coldness. The room noticed. The wealth architect was selling? That could only mean one thing. Napoleon had won. Panic became a contagion. Everyone followed his lead. They sold until the market hit rock bottom. Prices plummeted to pennies. The British Empire was being sold for scrap. But as the floor cleared, Nathan's secret agents, men hidden in the shadows of the exchange, quietly began to buy all back. They bought the entire market for a fraction of its value. By the time the official news of Wellington's victory arrived the next day, it was too late. Nathan Rothschild didn't just own the market, he owned the debt of the British Empire. He'd use a 10-cent bird to capture a $100 billion fortune. This is the power of architecture over labor. While the world was busy fighting the war, Nathan was busy building the system that would profit from the peace. He understood that in the world of the wealth architect, the structure of your information determines the height of your empire. You aren't losing competition, you're losing to the systems you haven't built yet. My name is the Wealth Architect. Subscribe to see history through the lens of power.